My name is Kayla Garner. I go by KS Garner. It's actually my pen name. I'm an urban fantasy writer, so I've self-published 2 books already. But I mainly do the Solo Nerdbud podcast, which is pretty much on every podcast platform you can think of. It's like pretty much like a nerd geek uh driven type of podcast. I geared more towards the independent projects versus the mainstream things. I think everyone kind of does that. So just anime, cosplay, video games in this instance, board games, movies, TV shows, whatever you can name, I pretty much talk about it or maybe research it. I also focus a lot on mental health. I feel like video games, especially now in the last year, have definitely helped me and loads of other people with pretty much staying sane and even staying in contact with a lot of their own friends. I believe player two can help me. I'm more of a casual player, so it's difficult for me to find people who play the same things that I do or just to talk about them in a way. I like the current games now, Cozy Grove, Animal Crossing, Baldur's Gate 2. Colin and I were actually talking about that during our interview, how I'm having difficulty with getting through the story or some combats, and I don't really know what to do, but I don't know anyone who plays it. So hopefully this app will help me find other players who are like-minded as me.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one of the main applications for sure, is to help bring people together and, solve problems in game, but also have a good time socially. As far as the podcast, I think that, just when I got into it, there was so much that I loved about it, from the interviews to you talking, like I said, like you said, about more mental health or some of the video games you're into, some of the, television and movies and anime and that kind of stuff too. There was a lot to love. And I think that really fits in the wheelhouse of the kind of content that player two is hoping to empower. So, maybe talk a little bit about, what you hope to professionally, gain from player two, and, what kind of audience, you think would enjoy your content.
Well, for me, um, it when I started the podcast, it was just me getting into things that I liked and wanted to talk about that I feel like no one else was talking about. Maybe it's just from my own skewed perspective that maybe I wasn't going out to look for it, or maybe it truly was this hole that wasn't being filled in certain media or certain niches, I should say. And then it grew to not only want to talk to other people about certain things, but to also listen to them as well. I feel like a lot of people have stories to tell, but don't have the platform to speak about it, or just they don't have a listening ear in a way. So that's what I wanted to provide. And hopefully, joining this app, um, I can listen to other like minded people as myself, just for them to have this safe space. Because again, we talked about it on the podcast how we go on to Discord or we go on to Twitch or we play online in certain video games, and there's a lot of derogatory language is being used. Just a lot of people who are being intentionally offensive, like trolling, basically is what they're doing. And a lot of people are afraid to join Discords. A lot of people are afraid to play online or even to reach out to other people and ask them for help or just to talk to other people. So hopefully this is what this app will provide. That's what I'm looking for in this app.
Yeah, definitely. And I hope that, while we can provide a bridge for people to find, other like-minded gamers to enjoy their time with, that we can also support other independent developers too. We're an indie studio ourselves, and, we're just getting started. And I think in gaming, especially, or, gaming content creators, you see there's this huge community of independent creators or people just trying to, maybe they're a Twitch affiliate, you know what I mean, just getting started, or, doing a podcast, or, maybe they're doing, instructional videos on their favorite game on YouTube and whatnot. And so, that's one big goal of ours, is to empower up and coming creators, because it's such a diverse, industry, that I think there's a lot of potential, to access a huge audience of people that are interested in everything from gaming to nerddom to, to all the things that you talk about on your podcast. So, I'm grateful that you want to take a look at the platform, and, thank you for finding us on Kickstarter, and reaching out, and really appreciate your support. Is there anything else you'd like to tell us about your podcast, what's coming up, or anything else you have in the works?
Um, well, I'm gonna be doing like a review for Army of the Dead, which is coming out. That'll be up Monday. And then next Sunday, so not the Sunday coming up, so the Sunday after, it'll be Megalobox. That anime I've never see. This is what has helped me with the podcast is getting into anime I've never heard of before.
Yeah,
So
there's a
Megalobox
lot.
will be the next one, and then I'm just playing, just starting to do more online streaming, just not playing, just getting into that really.
Sure.
Maybe creating a schedule. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm a casual player. It's just more when I feel like it. But I definitely want to get more into it. Yeah, other than that, with my urban fantasy series, if you don't mind if I plug that,
Please go ahead.
it's called Unholy, and the second one is Unbroken. So it's just KS Garner if you put into Amazon or Nook, whatever you read your books on. Yeah, it's called Unholy and Unbroken, and then the third one hopefully will be out in the next 2 years. But yeah, other than that, it's called Solo Nerdbird Podcast again, and it's pretty much on all audio podcast platforms. And support Player 2.
Thank you. Perfect ending. Thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate your support, and I can't wait to see all your work on Player 2 when it comes out.
Thank you, Colin. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.